Okay, so no one will ever give you a 1-2 punch like God. That's why he is always champ. It was about the age of 11, maybe 12 years old. I can remember this internal struggle. It wasn't fear, it wasn't any of the usual suspects that today's world would probably try to identify first, like abuse, peer pressure, none of that. I was feeling this deep internal burning that at times would consume me to the point of just this overwhelmed feeling. This feeling I can only describe as a profound pressure that I was supposed to do something great. I had no clue what to do with that. What did I know at preteen age? The only great thing I knew at that age was riding my bike. This period of ambiguity, 11-year-old ambiguity, was pure hell. Well, for me anyway, mainly because I felt that my observation and analytical skills, even at that age, were on another level. I mean, how in the world does an 11-year-old think, okay, I'm aware of this burning, this omniscient push to do something great, yet I realized I did not know how to get there. So how do I justify all this? Then it happened. Like a scene of the 1981 version of Clash of the Titans. Yeah, that claymation version where Perseus, son of Zeus, finds himself in the small arena where he was given his weapons by the gods. Just like that scene, I discovered guitar. From that day forward, my childhood as I knew it would never be the same. I'd found that magical place, y'all, that every kid dreams and fantasizes about. I would wake up playing, practicing, and had trouble falling asleep from the emotional excitement I was experiencing from the learning journey I'd just found. It was like the gods gave me the guitar as my weapon, just like they gave the sword, helmet, and shield to Perseus. This extreme and newfound passion continued on. I stayed in the woodshed, which at 11 and 12 was just my bedroom, teaching myself how to practice and learn basically everything I could. I put in the hardest work of my life during this time on my instrument that still serves me today. By my senior year in high school, I'd already led a youth choir at church, was a lead guitar of a performing rock band made up of high school friends. Now, something special, this high school rock band went from being started to bypass peer pressure to playing live shows in the Dallas Club District, downtown Dallas, on school nights. Yeah, the parents loved that. High school senior year was coming to an end, and I noticed a new struggle starting to surmount. All the new talk was of everyone's choice of universities and majors. The funny thing is, I don't think a handful of these young people could even spell their major. I decided my junior year that my dream was to become a professional musician. I wanted nothing else other than to make a paycheck, a living, a career of playing, recording, and touring. I just wanted to be a hired gun professional guitarist. The struggle that was starting to rear its ugly head was the fact that I would not be able to attend a guitar school I so badly wanted to attend in California. That was a tough time for me after coming off like a 4-year high of my journey. As real life does, real life shows up immediately. I chased this dream for the next 16 years after high school. I refused to quit. This was the road I was given. Now more than ever, I knew exactly what that meant. I was not going to quit on this burning desire I've known since age 11. Trial after tribulation, band after band, talks with major record labels, I came to know the term almost all too well. And we all know almost is not good enough. 25 years have now gone by. At this time, I have come to grips with the fact the dream is not for me to have. I was okay with it because when you leave everything on the field, as the saying goes, you cannot do anything else except have a sense of peace as you let it go, even if it is in the sense of defeat. The season settings, a particular Sunday in fall of 2016, I decided for no particular reason at all to go to my church service. Like many of us at one time or another in our lives, I spent many, many years making excuse after excuse on why I had not attended a church service. At the time, the guitar player for our church played much to my dislike. I couldn't stand his sound. I couldn't stand his heavy pick in hand. Sounded like a bad bar band guitarist. Yes, I even made this an excuse. Well, this Sunday that I was there, I noticed he was gone, and all the usual equipment that was with him was gone. I'm Catholic raised, and so the Father's homily, as known as Sermon to Other Services, was all about how we all should be using our talents to the fullest. Your talents are your gift. So naturally, I felt spoken to. Chills started to make their way down my spine. The, the more guitar less the service went on, I felt an overwhelming feeling like nothing ever before. It literally brought tears to my eyes. And I am not the public crying guy. At the end of the service, Father announces that the guitar guy had moved and the guitar spot was vacant. It was then that I realized the whole while I struggled, trying to chase and achieve this dream, I was in training. How lucky am I that God has made a spot for me and was training me for himself. I was thinking all these things. It was so overwhelming. Who else has this story? That's why God's the champ, conductor, orchestrator, producer, director, every other leading title you will let him be. I've been the lead guitarist of my church for 7 years now. I found peace in seeing it all come full circle. Sometimes it's not the road you thought, the hard knocks, the 1-2 combos. That was me taking the wrong exits. Thank you.